Okay, I'm going to pick on one word you said in that comment. You said tried intuitive eating. And this is what I've seen as the biggest determination of how people do when they're becoming intuitive eaters. And this is how it happened for me. You have to completely eliminate the possibility of ever going on another diet in order for intuitive eating to work. And here's why. In the back of your head, when you live with the thought that, well, if this doesn't work, I can always go on a diet, it completely disrupts your ability to become an intuitive eater. And I know that I'm just being as honest as I can with all of you always, because that's what I would have wanted. So if you put your toe into the land of intuitive eating, even if it was for 9 years, but you always were like, well, I can always go back to dieting, whatever. It just changes how you behave, because that element of I can always go on a diet, or I can always work out more, or whatever, that's what diet culture is. It's you never staying in the moment and experiencing and feeling hunger and satiety. And you want to feel them, and you don't want to be able to escape from that parameter of whether or not you should eat or not. So, and listen, it doesn't take a week. It takes months to solidify this in your body. And I always say, and someone asks me how long does it take? It takes a full year, I think, going through every season as an intuitive eater until you're just solid as a rock. And so my advice to you, because I feel your exasperation with this, and if you've tried for many years, then I think you get that it would be a great way to be. It's just, instead of ever having your mind wander to anything else as you're eating or thinking about eating, always come back to, am I hungry in this moment? It doesn't matter what I weigh. It doesn't matter what I have to do this weekend. It doesn't matter what wedding I have to go to. Nothing matters. The only thing that matters is, am I hungry? And if you go, well, I just really want this now, even though I'm not hungry, at least acknowledge to yourself you're making a decision to weaken instead of strengthen your intuitive eating mindset. And at least, and you might do that sometimes, and that's okay, because becoming an intuitive eater is not a perfection mentality, as is dieting. In other words, you're not going to immediately do everything right as an intuitive eater. That doesn't happen. It didn't happen to me. It's never happened to anybody that I know of. You're going to bounce around, and you're going to go, okay, today I was hungry and I ate exactly what I was craving, but I still think maybe I ate beyond when I could have stopped. Yeah, fine, yes, you will learn, and it will take some time. But I promise you, it's joyful. It's not misery, it's empowering. It's like this self journey. I don't know, it sounds corny, but it's just you become more in tune with who you are as an eater, and so many things that you think about yourself fade away. I thought I was a big eater. I'm not a big eater. I thought I was. I would have sworn that I was. Or I thought I would always crave junk. And I say me, but everyone I've ever talked to about this or worked with, you have so many thoughts about yourself. And so when you take away that you will ever be able to go on a diet, and you're sitting there going, well, I just want to eat that now. And you go, okay, but I can never just go on some quick diet to kind of get rid of the fact that I just did that. You look at food differently. You go, really? Am I going to do this now and then have to kind of repay it? You can't repay it. It's done. It's a done deal. And every single time you simply delay eating more until hunger returns, every single time you get stronger. Unlike dieting, where you get weaker and weaker and you eventually crack. When you're an intuitive eater, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I promise, I'm sorry it's taken you so many shots. I have help on our website. It's Intuitive Eating with Meg, or it's also called Diets Are Fattening, because that's how I started out, with just a full reject of what diet culture is, because diet culture absolutely makes you heavier over time, not thinner. But anyway, that's kind of negative, so I kind of changed it more. And when I began this, I didn't even know what I was doing was intuitive eating until someone said to me, and this was like a long time ago, but God, it sounds a lot like intuitive eating. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I figured it out. I mean, that was a long time ago, but it's just that ultimate respect that this moment is all you have. If you are hungry in this moment, please enjoy your food. As soon as that hunger fades and it's not as bright, consider, could I delay until eating more? That's the essence right there. Could I delay? Because just think about, all that you eat in a day, if you just pushed a little bit to the next day because you just hadn't eaten that much, what would that do? That would be it's like tumbling dice. Like when you just eat a little less, instead of changing your whole life and eating just like protein or all those things, and also fighting your body, because your body may indeed want some rice or some bread and butter or whatever. Instead of fighting, you're just in harmony, and it's beautiful. And when I read your comment, I'm like, Dad, she can do it. If you've tried for all these years, you can do it. You can do it. Just get that mindset right from the get-go, and you'll be so glad you did. Check out our help online. I'm all over Facebook, and I mostly post the primary videos here, but I'm also on YouTube, and I also have podcasts. Lots of help out there. Okay. Thanks for your comment.